Hello everyone. So today we'll be doing some practice questions on indices. Alright, so let's get right into it. Alright, I believe after you solve all these questions and you understand it, you should be able to solve any question on indices. Okay, so I'll get started. Okay, so indices. So practice questions. The first question will be 0.027 raised power 2/3. So we want to evaluate this. Okay, so what do we do? This will be 27. You write it in fraction, 10 raised power 2/3. Then you write it in index form. This will be 3 raised power 3. You have 10 raised power 3. Then 2 raised power 3. So 3 is common as power, so you bring it out. This will multiply whatever is already outside there. This cancels this. So this will be 3/10 all raised power of 2. So which is 3 raised power 2 over 10 raised power of 2. So that would be 9/100. So that's that. So I'll clear the board and then we go to the next question. 5x equals 40x raised power -1/2. You can see that there's 5 on one side, there's 40 on one side. Actually, they divide each other. Okay, so you can just divide both sides by 5. 5x all over 5. You have 40x raised power -1/2 all over 5. So 5 cancel 5. So you have x is what? You have what? 8. So you have 8x raised power -1/2. We're actually looking for x, right? Okay, so we divide both sides. How can we bring all the x to one place? Okay, let's divide both sides by x raised power 1/2. So it means this can cancel this out. So you have 8 on one side, right? So you have this x power 1, x raised power -1/2 equals 8, right? So you just combine both x with indices using the laws of indices. So you have x, you have 1 division becomes minus, right? So -1/2 equals 8. So you have x raised power of 1 plus 1/2 equals 8. So x raised power, that's 3/2, right? Equals 8. So x raised power 3/2 equals 2 raised power of 3. Right? So remember one of those laws is if you want to evaluate x, it's 3/2. Right? So what do we do? When you multiply this by the inverse, it gives you 1, right? So you do the same to the other side. 3 times 2/3. We get that. So this will be x raised power of 1 equals what? 2 raised power, that's 3 times 2/3. So 3 cancel 3. Your x will now be what? 2 raised power 2. Your x will be what? 4. I hope we get that. Alright, so that is that. So the next question. On to the next question. So we'll go to more tough questions now. Alright, so we have to evaluate. So this third question, so evaluate 216 raised power of minus 1 over 3 multiplied by 36 raised power 1 over 2, then divided by 64 raised power minus 1 over 2, then multiplied by 8. So how are we to evaluate this? So just take all those numbers to index form. 2 and 6 can be expressed as 6 raised power 3. So you have 6 raised power 3 times minus 1 over 3. Then 36 can be expressed as 6 raised power 2 times 1 over 2. Then you have this is 8 raised power of 2 times minus 1 over 2. Then times 8. Alright, so 3 cancel your 3, 2 cancel 2, 2 cancel 2. So what are we left with? The left is 6 raised power minus 1 minus 1 times 6 raised power 1 over 8 raised power minus 1 times 8. So we combine the numerator, we both has a base of 6 plus 1. Then you have 8 raised power minus 1 plus 1. Then 6 raised power 0. 8 raised power 0. Okay. Anything raised power 0 is what? Is 1. 1 over 1, which is what? 1. Okay. So on to the next question. If 49 raised power x plus 2 equals 64, 64 into 7 over 4 raised power of 3, find x. So in this case, you write 49 in index form, which is 7 raised power 2. Then the power that's outside there will go in the bracket. Then 64. And because we have 7 over 4, now since 4 can be written in different index form, you can write it as 2 raised power 6. You can write it as 4 raised power 3. You can write it as 8 raised power 2. But the best one to use in this case will be 4 raised power 3. Okay, so we have times. So in this case, you open the bracket. So you have 7 raised power 3 over 4 raised power 3. So this is why we are using 4 raised power 3. So this, you cancel this. So you have 7 raised power 2 into x plus 2 equals 7 raised power 3. So now you can equate the power because the base are the same. So it means you have 2 into x plus 2 equals 3. So you have 2x plus 4 equals 3. So you call it like times. So your 2x will be, then the final answer will be divide both side by 2. So you have x equals minus 1 over 2. So that is our answer. Solve for m. If you are given 25 raised power of 2m minus 1 equals 125 raised power m plus 4 over 5 raised power of m. That's quite simple. So let's start by writing the numbers in index form. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. M plus 4. Then 5 raised by n. So you can combine the right side. So you have 3m plus 4. That will be minus m, right? Equates the power 2 into 2m minus 1 equals 3m plus 4 minus m. So let's open the bracket. 4m minus 2. 3m plus 12 minus m. So you have 4m minus 3m plus m equals 12 plus 2. So that's collecting like terms. 3m become negative on this side, minus m become positive on this side. 12 is already on the right hand side, so minus 2 will go to the right hand side to become plus 2. So 4 minus 3, that's 1, right? Then 1 plus 1, that's 2. So 4m minus 3m is 1m plus another 1m, that's what? 2m, which is 14. Then m will be 14 divided by 2, that's m will be over 7. So it's a question that comes out regularly. I think we are now in question 6. So it says we have to simplify 3n minus 3n plus 1. 3 raised by 2 times 3n minus 6 times 3 raised by n minus 2. Now, do not make a mistake of trying to combine the one on top, because one is negative that is among them. It's difference, not division or multiplication. So you cannot actually say I want to pick one base, then n minus n plus 1. You can't do that. Okay, so now I think I've said this, but when it comes to law of indices, it's not just a one direction thing. So I can go forward and backward, right? No, if I have 3 raised by n times 3 raised by 1 now, to combine them, it will become 3 raised by n plus 1, right? So I'm just taking it backwards. So you have 3 raised by 2 times 3 raised by n. You can also combine this because it's what? There's an subtraction between them. You have times 3 raised by n divided by, no, negative is supposed to be division, right? Divided by 3 raised by 2. Let's simplify further. So you have 3 raised by n times, minus 3 raised by n times 3 all over, this is 9 times 3 raised by n minus, this will be 6 over 3 raised by 2 will be 9, right? Times 3 raised by n. If you look at the numerator, you can see that something is actually common, and it's actually 3 raised by n. You factor it out. 1 minus 3. Now, if you factor out 3n out of 3n, you have 1. To know if you are correct, just try and open the bracket again. 3 raised by n times 1 will give you 3 raised by n. 3 raised by n times 3 will give you 3 raised by n times 3, right? So do the same thing for denominator. 3 raised by n is common, so you have 9 minus 6 over 9. So now you can actually cut 3 raised by n. 3 raised, because now you have multiplication in between. You get that? So the addition already grouped by brackets. So these can divide each other. So what do you have left? So we have 1 minus 3 over, this will be 9 over 1 minus 6 over 9. So we'll find the LCM of that. So you have 1 minus 2 in the numerator. So here you have 9. So you have 81 minus 6. So you have minus 2 divided by what? So you have 75 divided by 9. So you have minus 2 divided by 75 over 9. You have minus 2 times 9 over 75. So what do you have? Alright, so we can actually divide by 3. So 3 can go here. 3 here will give you 25. So our final answer should be minus 6 over 25. The next question we are solving involves another topic actually, but it's a topic you should have been taught. So if 5/4 raised by x 2/5 raised power of y equals to 64/125. So you have to find the values of x and y respectively. So let's go ahead and solve it. Alright, so this is how it works. If you look at it, the numerator of the first one is 5. The denominator is 4. The second one has a numerator of 2, the denominator of 5. Then if you look to the other side, you have a numerator of 64, which is an index that can be expressed as a power of, with a base of 2. 125 also can be expressed as an index of 5, right? So what do you do? First of all, you have to roll this and change the sign so that they will be consistent. Now when you see a question like this, it's actually a simultaneous equation. When you're asking to find both x and y, or you have two variables, so it's a simultaneous equation. And why did I do that is because 4 can be expressed as an index of 2. 2 is an index of 2. 64 can also be expressed as an index of 2. So let's do that. So you have 4 raised power minus x over 5 raised power minus x times 2 raised power of y over 5 raised power of y. Then you have 2 raised power of 6. You have 5 raised power of 3. So now you have 2 raised power of minus 2x, because 4 is 2 raised power 2, right? Then to multiply the minus x that is there, so it becomes minus 2x over 5 raised power of minus x, right? Then times 2 raised power of y, 5 raised power of y, 2 raised power of 6, 5 raised power of 3. So what's our next step? So you combine index of 2 and then the index of 5. So you have 2 raised to power 6 over 5 raised to power 3. Now this is what you do. You now separate them. Okay? Now if I say 2 raised to power minus 2x plus y equals 2 raised to power 6, normally what we'll do is what? We will actually equate the powers, right? Because the bases are the same. And that's the same thing we are going to do. So you equate, and the same thing apply for the denominator. It's 5 raised to power something equals 5 raised to power something. So it means you also equate what? The power. So it means you have what? Minus 2x plus y equals 6, which is the question 1. Then you have minus x plus y, which is 3, which is what? Equation 2. Now there are many ways to solve simultaneous equation, so I'll just use the most basic one, which is substitution. If you look at equation 2, so from 2, you can make y your subject. Take the x to the other side, right? Okay. So you now substitute this. You can call it equation star. So you can substitute that. So substitute star into equation 1, which is minus 2x plus y equals 6. Okay, so I'll clear the board. So substitute star into 1. So 1 is minus 2x plus y equals 6. So minus 2x plus y equals 6. And y is x, 3 plus x, right? So you just say minus 2x plus 3 plus x equals 6. Minus 2x plus 3 plus x equals 6. Now why did I use brackets? Because it's possible that the sign before y will be minus. So you have to use brackets when substituting. So minus 2x plus 1x. You have a debit of 2. Then you have a credit of 1. It means you still be in debit, right? You still need a credit of 1 to balance up. So you have minus x plus 3 is 6. So you have minus x equals 6 minus 3 minus x equals 3. Then x equals minus 3 if you multiply both sides by minus 1. So remember equation star, right? Equation star. From star now, you already know that y is 3 plus x, right? So it means your y will be 3 plus x. So y will be 3 minus 3. Y will be what? 0. Therefore, x equals minus 3. Y equals 0. That's our final. Find the value of x given 7 2x minus 2 times 7x plus 1 equals 0. Remember, you are seeing addition, subtraction in between numbers with power like that. It means you can't use the normal method of saying you want to combine like that, because combine with multiplication and division. So what do we do rather? We break them down. Okay, so we can say 7 raised to power k, right? Raised to power of 2. When the moment you see a question, you know what to do. This kind of question, this is how you approach it. Sorry, it's not k, it's x. Okay, so minus 2 to bracket this 1 equals 0. Now if you look at this, this is like something. It looks like this. Let's see. A x raised to power 2 plus bx plus c equals 0, which is what? Quadratic equation. Right. So what you do is what you say, let 7 raised to power x equals to a constant. Let's say p. So you miss this equation right here. This will become p raised to power of 2 minus 2p plus 1 equals 0. Right? Okay. So we can solve it quadratically or using quadratic question. So instead of using factorization, or I think the best method to actually use is factorization, but I'll just use the one we are familiar with instead of starting to explain all over again. I'll just use a quadratic formula, though factorization seems easier in this case. So your a is 1. If you look at what I just wrote, your b in this case will be what? Minus 2. That is the coefficient of p. And your c is the constant, which is 1 B is minus 2, and C is 1. Now what are we looking for? We're looking for P. So our formula will be P equals minus B plus or minus square root of B square minus 4AC over 2A. That will be our formula. So if we substitute minus into minus 2 plus or minus square root of minus 2 squared minus 4 into 1 over 2 into 1. So you have 2 plus or minus, you have minus 2 squared will be 4. Because there's even power, the negative will disappear or will go away, then over 2. So we have P equals 2 plus or minus square root of 0 over 2, which is P equals what? 2 over 2. Square root of 0 is 0. P is what? 1. Alright, now remember we made an assumption of saying let P is what? 7x, right? Let's power x rather. So let's put P back to get our x. We are not looking for P, we are actually looking for x. So P is an assumption we made. It could be any letter you want. So 1 is what? 7 raised power x. Now if you look, 1 can be written as something. If you think anything raised power 0 is 1, if you remember that law, right? So what you just do is what? You just say 7 raised power 0 is 7 raised power x, right? I see that the base are now the same, so it means you can now say your x is what? Is 0. Exactly. If the what is on the other side is 8 raised power x, you just write 8 raised power 0 to get so that I can equate the power, because they will now have the same base. Okay, so now the next question, it says solve the equation. It's also like a quadratic, so I think this will be the last I'll be solving on that. So anyone you see that, you should be able to recognize that it is quadratic. Those questions, they have formats that you can, when you see them, you know that okay, this is how I'm supposed to do this. Okay, so you have 5. Remember I told you that when you see subtraction and addition, just what you simplify, you go back, break it down. I think we have actually solved a question like this. 2n times 5 raised power 1, 5n raised power n plus 5 equals 0. So this can be written as 5 raised power n all squared times 5 minus 26 raised power 5 raised power n plus 5. I think it's similar to the question we just finished. So let's 5 raised power n, this time let's say b equals to k. So it means you have k raised power 2 times 5 minus 26 k plus 5. So you have 5k squared minus 26k plus 5 equals 0. So this is a quadratic. So your a is 5, b is minus 26, c is 5. So using the formula, you have k equals minus b. You first have to write out the formula. B square minus 4ac over 2a. Alright. So you have minus into minus 26 plus or minus square root of, that's minus 26 squared minus 4 into 5 into 5 over 2 into 5. So you have 26 plus or minus. Okay, this will be so 4 times 5 that's 100. 4 is 20 times 5 is 100. So 26 squared will be, what would that give us? 676. Okay. So we have 676 over 10. I hope we are right about this. Alright, let me confirm that. Okay, so you have 26 raised power of 2. 676. Is that what I wrote? Okay, so you have 26 plus or minus square root of. That will give you 576 over 10. 26 plus or minus 576 over 10. So let's try and remember that. 26. So it means our case of 26 plus or minus square root of 576 over 10. So what's the square root of 576? The square root of 576 will give us what? 24. Okay, so you have 26 plus or minus 24 over 10. So you have 50 over 10. So your kilowatts will be 5. Okay, we are not done yet. 5. Remember, we assumed that what's it called now? 5 raised per n to be k. So since k equals 5 raised per n, then five will be equals to 5 raised per n. So therefore n is 1. We equate the power because the base hour are the same. So I think okay, let's make it 12. So I'll solve two more questions, and that will be it for today, and the rest will be in the next video. Okay, I think I've pretty much covered all the kind of questions you can bring out on indices. So I think the others will just be practicing similar questions. Not that any question should look strange to you. Alright, so like I said, if you need private tutoring, I'm available for that. And also I have questions personally I can give you to practice what you have learned so far, because mathematics is about practicing questions. The more questions you practice, the more familiar you are with the topic and the more your understanding is. So I'll solve two more questions, and then that will be it for indices. Okay, and let me open a new page for next question. Is a simple one actually. So question 11 will be, so it says if a raised by x over 2 equals 2 raised to power 3. 2 raised to power 3 by 8 times 4 raised to power 3 over 4. Find x. Alright, so let's start expressing in index form. 2 raised to power 3 x over 2. The table multiply whatever it is there before. Then 2 raised to power 3 over 8 times 2 raised to power 2 times 3 over 4. This cancels this, or divides rather. So you have 3 raised to power 3x over 2 is 3 over 8 times 2 raised to power 3 over 2. So you can combine the right hand side. 2 raised to power of 3 over 8 plus 3 over 2. So you can see that the base are actually the same. So you what equates the power. Or you could first simplify the power on the right hand side before equating is all the same. So you have 3x over 2 equals 3 over 8 plus 3 over 2. So you have 3x over 2. So you have 8, you have 3, then you have 12. So you have 3x over 2 equals 1. 15 over 8. Now I want to teach you something. Now, denominators can cut each other. Denominators can cut each other. Now, pay attention. There's no addition or subtraction in between or anywhere. So I can say 3 here 1, 3 here 5, 2 here 1, 2 here 4. X is what? 5 over 4. Now that's a shortcut. Right? Alright, so the last question is question 12. Solve for x. 4 is about 2x squared minus 9x minus 5 equals 1. So what do we do in this case? I remember one of those laws that says that anything is past 0 is 1, right? And since when you see a question that has equality, they want you to equate both sides. So what you can do is what you can write 1 as 4 raised to power 0. That is 4 raised to power 2x squared equals minus 9x minus 5 equals 4 raised to power 0. Then you now equate the power because the base are now the same. So this will give us a quadratic equation. So we use the same formula. So in this case, a is 2, b is minus 9, and c is minus 5. So we use the formula now. So this formula is something you have to actually remember. So x equals minus 2 plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Right, so we'll input the values now. So minus into minus 9 plus or minus square root of minus 9 all square. You have to put bracket minus 4 into 2 into bracket minus 5 all over 2 into bracket 2. Okay, so minus will multiply minus, so we have plus 9. We have plus or minus square root of. Then minus 9 times minus 9 will give you 81. Then you have minus 4 times 2 times minus 5. So you have plus, that 2 times 5 is 10. So you have plus 40. Then everything divided by 4. Okay, so the bracket, so the root will give us 8, that's 121. So over 4. So that 9 plus or minus 11 over 4. So this will be, our x will now be either 9. So let's go to the next page. 9 plus 11 over 4 or 9 minus 11 over 4. X equals 20 over 4 or minus 2 over 4, which is x equals 5 or minus 0.5. If you learned something from this video, make sure you stay subscribe, like, and hit the bell button so that you don't miss when I post my next video. Alright, I'll see you guys later.